Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. A wet, dismal day here in Pattaya. Entertainment venues are closed, no alcohol to be served, but we're just back from an epic day. We've been out all day, we've been exploring some different places, and even though we went to several different locations, we won't have time to get to them all this episode, but we can at least take a good look at one. So anyway, let's jump into this. I'll explain what's going on and why we chose to go on a trip this day. So today is what's called a Buddha Day. All the bars are closed, no alcohol sales in town. Tomorrow, ditto. That's 2 days in a row. I mention this for a couple reasons. One, if you're coming here on holiday, you may want to research these various closure days or holidays here. I know people that come here 10 days, 2 weeks for their vacation or holiday, and to have everything in town, all the entertainment closed for 2 of those days, might throw a little bit of a wet blanket on your holiday. These are religious holidays, Buddhist holidays. They're not always on the same day from what I understand. They float, but they're always around the same time of year. So just maybe Google search that before you book your next vacation. Make sure you don't get caught up into that if that's a concern. In light of that, V doesn't have school today, and I've been building up this big list of cool places that I wanted to go, but I want to go with her. And so she's off today. Everything in town's closed, entertainment-wise. So I thought, what a perfect opportunity to go. Let's get on down the road because we got about an hour's drive. Most of these places we're going to visit are up around Bang Saen, where we used to live. We're about an hour north of here. So our first stop today in Bang Saen. Now, first of all, I'll say, although we're in Bang Saen, we're in what I call the back side of Bang Saen, the side that maybe most people that come here don't visit. Most people gravitate toward the beach, Wanapa Beach, Bang Saen Beach, Khao Sam Muk, and so forth. But we're behind the university. Right in front of us is Barapa University. And this whole area, this whole street behind there, I've always liked the times that I lived here because I always thought there was a value to be had here. It caters to more of the college students that live here, and you know, usually people around that age don't have a huge disposable income. So there's bargains to be had, there's cheap street food and things like that. Behind me is the one we've come to see today, and it's called Doody. Apparently, there's one in Pattaya as well, on 3rd Road. But the owner, the somewhat local social media celebrity that owns the place, she's always here. She works out of here. This is her HQ. So why not come to this one? And it's just 11 a.m. on a Wednesday and the place is packed. So she really knows how to bring the customers in. There is ample parking here. I'll show you, there's a big parking lot right around back. However, that parking lot was full. It remains full to the brim. I would avoid it on weekends. I always tell people to avoid Bang Saen on weekends. And today's kind of like a weekend, even though it's Wednesday, because it's a big Buddha Day. But we found parking down the street farther. We just had to walk about a block. No big deal. I'm going to show you this. You gotta know how to order here. A little bit different than anything I've seen. On the table is a QR code. So you'll scan that, and that will take you to their menu. And then the menu, parts of it are in English. There are English parts, and some are in Thai. But they don't just have the noodle soup here, and that's the thing we're going to get. But they've got a lot of things, including dim sum. The one we really came here to get is their special signature noodle soup. It's actually the bowl. It's like a pork bowl. The bowl that it comes in isn't made out of pork, but it's lined in pork. You'll see, it's hard to describe. But it's something totally different, and it's loaded up with all kind of different ingredients. So we've selected that, and then you can select your level of spice. If you want it mild, spicy, extra spicy, we went with the extra spicy. And you submit that in your drinks. You can order drinks, and they're working on ours right now. So while they're doing that, while they're working on ours, let's go in and meet Miss Nun. Nun is the owner here. Like I said, she's somewhat of a local social media celebrity, and we'll go in and say hi to her, and she'll tell us a little bit about the place. It's not your typical noodle stand.
ทุกคนนะคะมาร้านก๋วยเตี๋ยวดูดีเจ๊กูบางแสนนะคะแล้วก็จะมาพบกับแม่ค้าแล้วก็ก๋วยเตี๋ยวเด้งโคตรเด้งนะคะ
Josie's telling us about all the different styles and flavors of the noodle soup, but you know, one thing that caught our attention here about Miss Nguyen, she does stuff like this. There's a guy, I guess he's down on his luck. I'm not sure he's homeless or not, but she seems to feed him quite regularly, and today, she even got him a brand new shirt to wear. So good looking out. She gives some back to the community. We like that. And she's a fun person to be around. And I tell you, we get our first glimpse over here at the business end of the restaurant at the pork bowl. So I'll tell you more about the pork bowl as we go. I think I kind of misstated what it is a little bit because I just assumed something. But we'll take a look. She's been in business here for quite some time. I told her I lived here for 2 years, and I never even knew she was back here. But despite them being very busy on this Buddha holiday, she made some time to spend with us, and that was remarkable. But you can see they had about 10 staff here, and I think they worked nonstop, continuously to pound out the orders and get everything going. And you know, Miss Nguyen, she seemed to jump right in the trenches with them. She doesn't mind doing a little hard work herself, even though she's kind of the boss here. But anyway, the red noodle soup, I think she's going to do one of those. That's probably their other specialty. That's what they were talking about. We opted for the pork bowl. So back to the pork bowl. I believe it more is a ground pork mixture, even though I call it a pork fillet. It's ground pork, but then kind of formed into a fillet around the outside of the bowl. And I think that's really what it is. She actually was making some, and as I was editing this, I kind of put that together. I was wondering how she got the pork to mold. It's actually ground pork, so you'll see that in a minute here. But she wastes no time preparing up all the specialities. They're quick, and they have to be because they got a lot of customers. But it didn't take long, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and ours was ready to come out of the kitchen, and we can't wait to dissect that thing and dig into it. So here you go. I'll tell you all about it. So they take the raw pork, put it in the bowl. I think they submerge the whole bowl in like a boiling broth or something, and that cooks the pork, and then it kind of sticks and congeals to the bowl a little bit more. Then they start in with all the fillings. So I need tom yum, shimei?
Yeah.
So this is the signature dish. It's like a tom yum flavor, and you can pick your noodles. The first thing you might notice, some of you with keen eyes might think that this is a Scotch egg. It looks like that, but it's not. It's the same concept. The hard-boiled egg that's got pork cooked around it. So that coating or that shell of the hard-boiled egg is actually a pork fillet, a piece of pork. And it's all been cooked together so it sticks. There's a fried shrimp. There's some other seafood. There's some squid and fish maw, what they call fish maw, which is like a processed fish cake that they slice up. And the noodles and bean sprouts and veg and all that. And we got ours extra spicy. I've not tasted it yet. What we're doing, since we got a bunch of stops to make today, we're going to take turns eating at the places. So this first one is V's turn to eat. But that doesn't mean I can't taste it and try a little bit. But it's just we have so many places to go to today, different things, we couldn't possibly eat it all. So, but I got to admit, I'm starving just looking at that thing. Let me get a little taste here. A piece of the pork that goes around the bowl. Wow. The pork is definitely cooked in that. No, you eat. She wanted me to eat the Scotch egg, but the pork is very juicy. It's cooked in broth, and then it's served in tom yum sauce. And we got the large noodles. Very good. Very good. I told you about the ordering process. It is spicy. It's quite spicy. We opted extra spicy, so still not unbearable or anything. It's tom yum supposed to be spicy, but that guy right there, I don't know that you'll find any place else just like that. So that's why we've come here. And Miss Nguyen was very hospitable to us. We wish her the best of luck here with their business. They sure are busy already. So V will enjoy this, then we'll be off to the next place. It was very good.
enjoy
Yeah, and then I will go to the one Pattaya next time. Pattaya Saen.
พัทยาสายสาม
So it was a real pleasure meeting Miss Noon and trying out her tasty dishes. I asked her what this tattoo was on her arm. That's her children. She's got 3 children she's very proud of, and they're handsomely tattooed on her left arm there. But we probably spent longer here than we wanted to, but it was such a pleasure meeting her. Tune in next time. We'll continue this tour here, this little rainy day tour of where you can go when things in Pattaya maybe are a little bit closed, dismal, rainy, good times to be had. We'll go down to the beach, Bang Sen Beach, and try out a new place there before heading out into the countryside.
In 400 meters, your destination will be on the left.
Yeah, like that. We end up at a place, just a fantastic place to ride out to and spend an afternoon, something totally different. So we'll be sure to take a look at that. And we've also got another very interesting place to visit. So we had a bit of an epic day here. We did finally end up at the beach, but all of that will have to wait until the next episode, because for this episode, I've got to leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.